Student example of how to write your thesis statement and the topic sentences that will become the first sentence in each body paragraph in your essay. Here we have that student thesis example. They've written this: during the Great Depression, lack of federal money caused many schools to close. It's in orange, and this is your cause. That's why the schools closed. The student was studying school closings, which left students across the country without an education. Blue is the effect, and the effect of having those schools closed was that students were not allowed to get an education. And lastly, caused the federal government to react by requiring more state funding of schools. This is the government solution, and it is in pink. So when you write your thesis statement, you got to have cause in orange, blue effect, and pink government solution. You can see that right here. As I move down, the student has their thesis in this spot, right? They've got that copied there. When we get to the next part, now we're looking at the topic sentence for each body paragraph. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the main idea of cause from the thesis and expand it into a sentence, the main idea of effect from the thesis and expand it into a sentence, and the main idea of solution from the thesis and expand it into a sentence. So I look here in orange for my thesis. It says lack of federal money caused the schools to close. Here's my cause sentence for my body paragraph about cause. America's failing economy hit schools hard. Many budget cuts were made and many schools were in debt. It's talking about what I was referring to my thesis as the cause. It's just expanded upon it into a complete sentence. I look back at my thesis and I see in blue the effect, which left students across the country without an education. Now I look at my topic sentence in blue, which is about effect. Schools across the country were being shut down, leaving thousands of students without an education. Again, it's just a little bit more detail from that main idea. And now I go back up and I look at my solution in pink: caused the federal government to react by requiring more state funding of schools. And I look back down here at my topic sentence. In response to this problem, the government began to require additional state funding to public schools. Same main idea, just expanded upon a little bit. So I took those three ideas from my thesis: cause, effect, solution, and I expanded them into sentences, which will become the topic sentence or main point at the beginning of each of my body paragraphs. And then I rewrote my thesis down here because we start our conclusion paragraph with a restatement of thesis. And here it is: lack of money during the Great Depression caused schools across the nation to shut down, leaving students without instruction, causing the government to require additional state funding for public schools. I just played with the language a little bit here, but it is my thesis. That's an example of what you want to do when you're writing a thesis statement. Hopefully the screencast helped you. If you have any further questions, see your instructor.